Hi, how you doing? My name's Gwen Houghton, and you're watching Astro Tarot Vision. Well, this morning, as I sit here and videotape this for you, we have a sun in Pisces, and the moon is still in Leo. But the moon is going to be going into Virgo this afternoon at 1:20 p.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. The energy has been kind of crazy this morning, I have to admit. Cat's been running around the house again and just shuffling around, phone calls, this and that. The energy's kind of like a little bit hairy, a little bit wired, and things seem to be settling down a little bit now as I finally get situated, and the energy's, I know it's partially me, but it's partially the people that are around me, and this and that. So, like I said, we've got the sun that just went into Pisces on Friday, February 19th. So that's a shift from Aquarius. And Pisces is a mutable sign. It's also a water sign. So we're looking at the emotions, and we're looking at our spiritual evolution is what comes to mind for me as we contemplate, what this energy is about, this sun, as we think about the sun going in the Pisces and what it means to us. And then the moon has been in Leo all weekend. And so it's been a bit tumultuous. Leo is about, getting things done. I don't know about you, but here in New England, we've had some great weather. So, going out, taking walks, rearranging furniture more. So there's a lot of initiation where that doesn't usually happen around. I don't usually sense it going on until March. So we're like a month ahead of schedule with that situation. And as the moon goes into Virgo, Virgo is earth and it's mutable. It's asking us, I just get the sense it's asking us to organize. But it's organized to go into, as we move into this new energy, this new phase that we're going into. As I was looking at the astrology and what's going on today, the thing that came to mind was mystic order. And so there's a need to organize with this Virgo energy. But with the Pisces energy, this is very spiritual. This is on a spiritual level. And I don't mean spiritual in the religious sense. I mean spiritual on a soul level. So the question that I would be asking, that you might be asking yourself today, within the next couple of weeks, as you go through the next couple of weeks, contemplate, what is it that you want to organize on a spiritual level? So if you think about, the chaos that you may be feeling, the unsettledness with the energy, with yourself, with your routines, think about how those things affect you on a spiritual level. Because when the spirit is organized, let's just say when the spirit is organized, it's a trickle down effect. Like the spirit is what we're really trying to take care of. We also have these other different aspects of us, and Virgo, the physical body. We're asking for that trickle down effect from spirit. How is my spiritual practices, my spiritual evolution going to trickle down into my physical existence? And this is, as if you've read my book, or if you've listened to any number of these videos, or even if you haven't, I am working on the premise that we have several different bodies, and unified bodies. That's our team. So we have the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, and the universal body. These different aspects of us, when brought together, create a harmony. And so this is the harmony that I'm asking you to look for. This is the harmony that when there is a dis-ease in the body, it's because we're not in sync with how we feel on a spiritual level versus how we feel on a mundane level. And again, spiritual in this premise does not mean religion. Now, some people may use their religion to bring them back into focus, bring them back into center. For me, it's more like the rules of the universe. Take care of, do unto others as you would want done unto yourself. Things where do no harm, as above, so below. There are all these different, use your own morals, your own values. If you think about what, you don't like people doing to you, you wouldn't want to do that to them. It's that sort of thing, that sort of energy that, and if there is something, a behavior about you that you're not really proud of, now's a good time to look at that, because the full moon illuminates for us those things that we are in desperate need to change, or things that we want to change, or things that we didn't know how to change. So that's the energy. It's like, visually, if I can give you a visual picture, it's like the ping pong ball banging off the walls and ceiling, little kid in hyper mode wanting to get out of the house. It's that kind of energy where we want to harness it, and we want to say, okay, let's take this energy and use it. First of all, why does it happen, and how can we take that energy and use it to benefit us in our everyday life? So I just want to make sure I went through the sun and the moon, and that feeling that I'm getting right now this morning as we speak. So that is the energy. Remember that when I do these readings, these are broad strokes. If you're looking for some help in what's going on in your life, and in this moment, just shoot me an email. It's the best way to get a hold of me. My email is gwenh@gwenhoughton.com, and I can do a reading for you. I charge $50 for a half an hour and $90 for an hour, and I feel like that's a great price. I want people to be able to get on the right track so that they can enjoy their life, because really that's what this is all about, and that's why I'm doing these videos. I'm trying to get you, to help you to get on track. So the next thing I'm going to do is I do that short visualization, and it's only a couple minutes long, and what that really does is it helps you to calm your mind so that you can really listen to the information that's coming through the cards, and get that information to help you in some sort of way. And we have so many distractions in our lives, especially now. We've got the TV and the internet, and we're on our phones constantly, and there's beeps and buzzes, and it's just kind of like, so, just bring that in and take you, remember that you deserve 2 minutes. And it allows you to connect with your spirit, with your soul, so that you can get the information that you need to get through the next couple of weeks with. All right? So I'll do the visualization, and then the cards will come next. So now I'm ready to do the visualization. So just make sure you're in a comfortable place where you can close your eyes for a couple of minutes and relax and not be distracted. And before we start, I just wanted to show you this beautiful rose quartz crystal ball that I have. It's very beautiful, and rose quartz is the energy is very kind, and it's very healing. It's very soft, and it's about healing of the heart. And with the heart chakra, we have two different colors that we associate with that. There's green. And that's the healing of the self, your own heart. And then there's pink, and that's healing on a global level. That's healing the heart of the world. And it's kind of interesting because, the sphere, and it's pink, and if you look at the colorations, it kind of looks like the globe a little bit. So it's really just a beautiful crystal, and this is the one that I was guided to get out this morning. So let's think pink, and we'll go into the visualization. So take a couple of deep breaths and close your eyes. Focus on the breath. Focus on your chest moving up and down. Sense your mind getting a little bit slower, a little bit calmer. And with every noise, every sound, just allow those sounds to bring you deeper into a contemplative state, deeper into a calm, centered, grounded state. Now start to picture a beautiful ball of white light above your head. And this white light is filled with love and calming energy. You may think of this light as your angels or your guides, maybe a loved one, whoever it is that makes you feel safe and loved and warm and cozy. And just start bringing this beautiful ball of white light down into your head, and as you do, just gently rock your head back and forth. It helps to release any tension. And continue bringing this beautiful white light down into your neck and shoulders, relaxing, breathing. This white light continues down into your chest, and as you breathe it into your chest, breathe in this beautiful white light. Exhale out any unwanted energies. They're not good or bad, we just don't need them right now. And continue bringing this white light down into your waist, down into your hips, down into your knees, and this beautiful white light goes down into your ankles, and down into your toes, all the way down into the ground. And Earth Mother takes any unwanted energies and she transmutes them into love and light. Now bring beautiful green healing energy up from the earth, up into your toes and up into your ankles. And this beautiful green healing energy is very grounding, very loving, very renewing. And just bring this beautiful green healing energy up into your knees, up into your hips. And continue bringing this beautiful green healing energy up into your chest. And as you do, breathe it into your heart chakra. Just take a minute and remember this beautiful pink rose quartz crystal. And breathe that energy into your heart, helping to heal on a soul level, on a global level. And this beautiful green and pink energy now intertwines and works its way up through your shoulders and your arms, up into your neck and head, all the way up into the heavens. And this connects us with all of the universe. So now I'll just put the rose quartz aside and let's see, I'll put it here for now and see what the cards have in store for us today. So the first card comes from my Animal Speak deck, and it is the Hanged Man. And as you can see, it's a bat. It's a batty bat. This is the number 12, which reduces to a 3. And this 3 can represent insight, wisdom, knowledge. It can also represent consciousness, subconsciousness, and superconsciousness. Either way, the number 3 creates this foundation that is necessary to start, initiate, develop is another word that comes to mind. And it's new truths and perceptions. So isn't that interesting? Based on the first thing I talked about, where we are being asked to, what is our spiritual truth? This full moon in Virgo with the sun in Pisces. This, quite frankly, blows me away. This is the energy that I was talking about, and this is the energy that is represented. So going through the next 2 weeks, just keep this in mind as you consciously start to understand what it is that you want in your life and what's really going to fulfill you. Because it's usually the spirit that we are looking for. There is this notion that somebody else is going to complete us. And that notion is grounded in reality when we meet somebody, the love of our life. Usually it happens the first time we fall in love, or during a great accomplishment. Oh, I have a card that's right side up. So I am going to pull that out first. Very interesting. And so we've got the Lovers card. So, and this is, the universe is perfect, because what I was going to say was we usually define this meeting of the, this wholeness that we feel when we fall in love for the very first time, and we're spending the rest of our life trying to get back to that point. But what actually happened when you met that person was there was a soul in your soul. There was a soul connection between the spiritual body and all the other aspects of yourself, the mental body, emotional body. It was a unification of all these different aspects of you, and it created that spark, the acacia. And that spark is usually associated with falling in love, because that's when it happens a lot of times. But we also spend the rest of our life trying to find that, recreate that love when outside of us and in somebody else, when we're actually trying to, what we want to do is we want to reunify all the different aspects of us. And that's what transpersonal psychology is about. That's what spirituality is all about. That is what New Age is supposed to be about. That's what we're all trying to do. No matter what angle we come from, we're trying to create that spark, that nirvana, that acacia that we felt once, and we're just always trying to recreate it. So very interesting that card came up. The rest of the cards are as follows. Princess of Cups. Epitome of the full moon in Virgo. The Virgo energy wants establishment. She wants stability. She wants to be able to see what it is that she has created and how this is manifested into her physical world. Because that's the bottom line. We're physical beings. We want we want what we want. The next card is the Fool. And understanding that what we want doesn't always happen the way we think. Society has taught us to think a particular way. If I want this, I do that, and I get it. Well, the law of attraction, though a lot of people are capitalizing on the law of attraction, and a lot of people are studying the law of attraction, there's a piece missing to it. There's a piece that's missing. Well, because there's a piece of it that the majority of society doesn't understand. As I've gone through my own metaphysical journey, I read a number of books, and I started to piece together what really needs to happen in order for us to attain nirvana. Whatever it is that we are looking for is attainable, but it's not what we think it is. Because when you start to understand your spiritual self, which is the Queen of Cups, you start to understand what makes your heart beat. And what kind of question is that? What does make your heart beat? Think about it. It's energy. And the heart can just stop beating for no reason. It just stops. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think about something as complex as the heart beating, but yet ask the simple question, how does that heart start beating, and what makes it stop? It's spirit. It's the will to live. It's us wanting to experience this lifetime. And the hangman is asking us to look at things from a different point of view, a different perspective. We're being asked to look at this. Bat is not very cute. He's kind of ugly looking. I don't know if you got a good look at him, but he's really just not very cute. I mean, I've seen some cute bats, but he's just not very cute. You know, it's about looking at, and this is representative of really what's going on with the energy around us right now. You know, it doesn't look pretty, but change doesn't look pretty. I mean, especially when we're trying to break down the walls of, which is the tower, we're trying to break down the old rules, the old walls, the old things we thought we should be doing. I use politics a lot because in this age of Aquarius, we are looking at a change of politics, and in the United States, everybody is watching us. And the Republican Party is breaking down. The Democratic Party is changing. As a society, our young people are asking us to step it up. We have got to do something different. We can't just keep on doing the same thing the same old way. And this is like beating a dead horse. But if you start being conscious of this energy and aware of it, you're going to watch it play out. You will watch it play out for the next, and it's going to be, this is a process, next 10 years. I keep saying 10 years. So the Lovers is asking us to understand this is the past or present situation. The Lovers is asking us to look at love. What are our thoughts about love? Who do we love? How do we love? How can we love in a different way? That's what the pink quartz was asking us. And that's this universal love, this spiritual love. What is love really? Love the way we know it is highly overrated as far as I'm concerned. We spend all our time and energy in looking at other people and how they're going to fix us. But we need to start with ourselves. We need to start with self-love. And the way we do that is to find out, to take the time to understand who we are and what we are on a soul level. The next card, the Princess of Discs, is that Virgo energy, that full moon Virgo energy in all her glory, and she fights with this, the Lovers, the Pisces energy of universal love. How do we find the soul level love? And she just wants it brought into physical existence. It's like, I want this, I want it now. And then that's insight, but being able to bridge the gap and understand that we need to look at this from a new and different way. The Fool. Starting with a brand new attitude, looking at things from a different point of view, the Hanged Man, and understanding that we can have everything that we want, but what is it that we really want? And that's a very tough question. And people don't even want to, if you can't start there, you cannot even start to bring a balance into your life. This is where it has to start. The Queen of Cups, looking into the shadows of who we are, is how we find out what's going on internally. The shadow self is not a pretty self. The shadow self is the ego, fear, destruction. It's all these things, death. It's all these things that we don't want to look at. But the full moon in Virgo is with the sun in just going into Pisces, is asking us to look at it anyway. You may be feeling this energy around you, with people that you know. You may be watching it on TV. It may be something that's intense for you at this time. Either way, it's here. And it's asking us to do this soul searching for the benefit of your soul long term. This is long term. This is not a quick fix. This is not something that's going to happen overnight, but just start to look at that shadow and understand it and love it and nurture it like a child. When a child does something wrong, you don't beat the child and throw him in a corner. When a little kitten does something wrong, you nurture it. You reinforce it with positive, this is what, this is the way we do it. And by connecting the soul with the ego can come up with a new set of instructions. And the ego doesn't feel like it's working alone, because it doesn't. It's not supposed to work alone. A lot of times we put the ego in charge because we don't want to deal with stuff. We want to go on automatic pilot. This is not about going on automatic pilot. This is about being consciously aware of you, consciously aware of your surroundings, and consciously aware of how this universe is affecting you and how you are affecting it. This is how we affect change. Real change, solid change, universal change. And then the last card is the Tower card. And the bringing the Tower, it's death, destruction. It's not a lot of fun to look at. It's the number 16 reduces to a 7, but the number 7 promises a new world. The number 7 promises a new way. The number 7 is magical. It's mystical. And the destruction of the old ways must happen for us to be able to bring out the new, to bring about the new. If the foundation isn't secure, then there's no sense trying to build a new house on it, because then that house is just going to fall apart just like the old house. So I got out my favorite book. It's Numerology and the Divine Triangle by Faith Javane Dusty Bunker. I know Dusty Bunker, and I like her, and she's an astrologer. I've had a couple of readings with her. So in the book, they talk about these different numbers in different contexts. And so the esoteric number for 7 is 7 seeks answers. It tries to establish a philosophy by which to live and attempts to penetrate the mystery behind its existence, which has never questioned to this point. Because solitude is necessary for analysis, the seven feels the need to spend time alone, away from crowds, in touch with nature. It looks for friendship with those of an elevated consciousness that can match its own. It goes on to say, and on the seventh day, God rested. All things rest under the seven, because time is needed in which to think. The ions under seven feel poised and calm. They realize that they now need to be still and to know. They have established a routine for their energy, and now analysis begins. So under this new sun in Pisces, in the full moon in Virgo, we are asking ourselves once again, who is my spiritual self? What is it that my spiritual self came here for? And what is it that my spiritual self needs to learn on this journey of life? Remember, we don't know why the heart beats, and we don't know why or when or how it's going to stop. We just need to understand that this is a gift that we have as humans. And while that heart is beating, do what your soul came here to do. Search for what it is that you are here for on a soul level. So this ends this session of Astro Tarot Vision. This is, again, these are very broad strokes of the energy that's going on right now and for the next 2 weeks. If you would like some in-depth, if you have questions or you're looking for some in-depth guidance as to what's going on with you, just give me a shout. Send me an email at gwenhoughton.com. Go to my website, gwenhoughton.com, and learn more about me. And have a nice next couple of weeks. I think next time I talk to you, it's going to be March. Bright blessings.